Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nasirah binti Muhammad Fazli and I'm from 811040. Today I will do a video presentation of the subject AGR244, which the topic is Integrated Approach of Weed Control. I'm gonna start with introduction first. What is weeds? Weeds is plants that interfere with the growth of desirable plant and are usually persistent. They damage cropping system, natural system, and human activities, and as such are undesirable. So there are three types of weeds, which is grass, broadleaf, and sedges. So I'm gonna tell you about the control method of weeds. Weed control might be challenging, but there are several effective methods that can be used. The type of weeds, the size of the infestation, and the particular circumstance all influence the method of control that is chosen. So let's get to know about control methods of weeds. We have three, which is cultural method, mechanical method, and lastly, biological method. So I'm gonna explain about cultural method. The first one, we have hand weeding, systematic control of unwanted plants within the planting area. It must be done on time in order to keep weeds out of the planting area. The second one is field sanitation. Cleaning tillage and harvesting equipment of weed seeds and vegetative structures is an example of a preventative method. And lastly, we have mulching and cover crops. Mulching is used as a physical barrier to restrict light and prevent weed growth, for example, gravel, plastic, or dry leaf. Planting cover crop prevent a weed growth. The second one is mechanical method. The first one, we have tillage. Tillage weaken weeds through root injury of root and stem pruning, reducing their competitiveness of regenerative capacity. And then mowing. Mowing is a machine-operated practice mostly used to reduce seed production and to restrict unsightly or rank weed growth. And lastly, digging. It is very useful in the case of perennial weeds to remove the underground propagating parts of weeds from the deeper layer of the soils. And lastly, we have biological method. Biological method involves the use of other living organisms such as insects, disease, or livestock for the management of certain weeds. We have insect herbivory. Certainly insects like beetle, caterpillars, or weevils feed on specific weed species, effectively limiting their growth and spread. And we have pathogens and diseases, which is microbes or fungi, can be employed as biological agents infecting and suppressing the growth of targeting weed species. And I'm gonna tell you about the advantages of integrated approach to weed control, which is cultural, mechanical, and biological. The advantages is it is the most appropriate method. It ensures higher crop yield, and lastly, toxic effect on environment is lower than chemical method. And I think that's all from me, and thank you to Madam Linda for listening to my presentation.